Welcome, guys, to another Superfan football chat. I'm here with the guys, Jacques, Zinny, Timmy, myself, Heinrich. Let's do this. Game week 7, gentlemen. Game
Eight.
week 8. Oh.
Yes.
What did it say when I sent the screenshot? I didn't send that. I thought I saw 7 anyways. Game week 8. A lot of the results that we want to just view and highlight and see how it relates to the league. First and foremost, gents, are we all well? Well, okay, that's a very silly question because all of us are United supporters. Just to check in, Zani, doing good? School? How's life? Everyone loving? Everyone healthy? Everyone not sick in your life? Any special
Yeah.
ladies you want to shout out here on the recording?
No.
What? No one.
No. In the episode, I'm not allowed probably.
There will be a shout out here, Tommy. There will be a shout out here. Tommy, you doing good?
Nah, all good, man. All good.
Okay.
Been very hot today.
Sorry, Jacques. What's your surname again, man? Just on the recording as well. Jacques who? Huh?
Abel Khan.
Say, how you doing, Mr. Abel Khan?
Pretty much good. Still tired from last week's conference. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, don't lie to the people.
Lot of
No,
sleepless.
no,
Sleepless.
Jacques. No, we're not gonna lie to our audience. We're not gonna lie to them. Conference in Jacques' business. He represents a alcohol brand. So him being tired, there's no sort of. I don't feel sorry for him. He's tired because of the conference. Yeah, conference. Ja, laat geparty tot laat aan toe. But
To stay up and watch these people, not lose themselves,
okay, not lose themselves. Yeah. But you're good, Uncle Jacques.
Otherwise, no, good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, so gents, let's work through the scores. Zani and Tommy, I know you have the scores up there. Let's not go to the last game. Let's actually do all the other games before we get to the magnificence that was yesterday's game, gents. I just want to say that magnificence. Timmy and Timmy and Zani, what was the first game on Friday? Was it Friday?
Saturday.
Was it all Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't even Friday, dude.
What was the first set of results that you have there in front of you?
Forest Chelsea. Chelsea away victory 3-0. And again a Chelsea red card. I think it's
Third week in a row.
third game in a row, yeah. That they had a man sent off. And by doing that they also got Ange Postecoglou sacked.
I heard that news. Yeah, yeah. That was a rough one.
0-8, my friend.
Quick question: you say that Chelsea got the players sent off. Does that mean that they have won 2 of the last games where they got players sent off? How many games did
Yeah.
they? Because they won
They
against
lost
They lost against United first with a red card.
with the red card. Yeah, didn't they win against Liverpool or Arsenal?
Liverpool.
Didn't Chelsea start this 4 games in a row?
They didn't start it.
They didn't start it. Crystal Palace started it.
Crystal
Yeah.
Palace started it, and then they added to it,
Yes.
Galatasaray.
and then Galatasaray, and then us. Okay. So no matter if they got 10 or 11 players on the field, they can still do damage.
Bro, I don't think really it's a lot to say about that game. Only thing for me is what is Nottingham Forest owner doing?
I really don't know.
Why did he give the guy the job in the first place? And I think Ange is done in the Premier League. No one is gonna go close to him again.
My
What
thing
he
is,
did first.
why did he get rid of the first coach that did
Yeah.
as well as he did? Because where is he now at West
West
Ham?
Ham. Yeah.
Wait, who's the coach?
Wasn't it Nuno?
Nuno.
Espiritu Santos.
But
Yeah.
you see,
And
Nuno's
Potter.
problem.
Did you see what happened to Potter? Potter's the new Sweden manager.
Temporary.
Okay, this Sweden isn't qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, sorry,
could've
Potter
gone to the
got
playoffs.
that job.
Yeah,
Wow. Who's the Swedish? Who's the main attract? Who's the main sort of players in the Swedish team now?
Isak and Jokeris.
they can't even qualify.
But that's the only players they've got. Sweden literally don't have
They have
a strong
Lindelof.
enough squad.
Does
Lindelof.
they have Lawson also?
Lindelof.
Would Lindelof walk into a starting lineup of Sundowns? All due respect, I don't think so.
Yes, experience.
Yeah.
Sugar,
Yeah.
experience.
Sundowns the boss.
Sure. Hey, sorry, quickly on a point of order, gents. Let us just address this. Let us just acknowledge, give flowers where it's due. Let us just do it properly, man. While we interject, Bafana, gents,
What about fakes?
have qualified for a World Cup in first position in the group. I just want.
TKZ needs to come out of retirement.
No,
brother.
TKZ. Even Benny must come up with another hit. Everyone who
Song for them.
someone in the current team needs to go on and go lay down some bars for that, because we need a new soccer anthem. I mean, Waka Waka it's not a banger, man. You know, it's something nice you play there for the kids. But I mean, Benny in the 18. You know, it's. But anyways, Bafana as
Bruno was maar come on.
yeah, Brown Williams must between the two sticks. Yeah, they qualified.
Well done. Yeah, well
I'm
done.
going to buy me a retro Bafana t-shirt, and I'll do some of the watch-alongs with that on. You know, retro Bafana. Okay. Sorry for interjecting. We can move on to the next sort of big game. Tell me, we don't need to go through all of them.
Okay, the big game.
I think Arsenal. I think Arsenal probably winning 1-0.
Who scored the goal?
Trossard. A
Again.
set piece.
Cheeky can.
Now you need to take them seriously, buddy. Stop with this Stoke nonsense.
Who?
This guy,
Me?
Arsenal. I'm just saying in general. Arsenal is literally playing football. They can hurt you from a set piece. They don't concede goals.
Yes.
They keep possession of the ball. They are a very good team currently. Not sure if it's gonna continue, but the way they're going on, you know, this is the thing. If you do not concede, you can't lose.
Okay.
And so far they've proven it. If they've scored and they didn't concede, they won the game.
Yeah.
Liverpool was a 38-yard free kick that they got past them. Haaland is Haaland, but then again they're still stuck into it. Arsenal's looking scary, bro. They've got the squad now this
They
season.
do have the squad.
But Fulham was poor. And Arsenal was also not great. I mean, Jokeris is 9 games without a goal now for club and country. And the man scored 170
Gyökeres.
goals last month when he was still by Sporting. He scored, I think, 300 goals a week in the Portuguese league.
No generation.
Superliga. What do they call it, Jock? The name of the Portuguese league?
No, he scored about 60 odd goals for the season.
Yeah, so that translates to Premier League. 7 goals for the Premier League season.
Possible. Maybe 10.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
17 million.
I listen. At the moment, right? I think that Arsenal has the best all-around game
What?
squad. I don't think that they are the best in the league for any particular. Well, defensively, okay, hold on quickly. Let me start off with this. Defensively, they have one of the strongest teams around. I think everyone respects that and everyone works out the game plan to try and get through. But the forward line and the midfield is where you can try and maintain it, or I'm not saying that most teams are going to succeed in that, but that's where you can try. You can't but the defensive, you need to respect that and you need to work out clever ways to do what you need to do. But here on this side of the field is where you can actually stop. Can you stop Arsenal at the moment? Their midfield and can you play for a draw if you were to play them?
Check if you don't concede, yes. Because the thing is this, with Arteta, what I'm looking at, look what he's built. Ben White 3 years ago, right back, brilliant. Everybody's speaking about him. He's taking things for Timber now. Lewis Kelly, everyone was raving about this lately coming in. He's not getting game time. Calafiori's playing there. No one is coming into that to Gabriel or Saliba. They've got one of the top 3 keepers in the league.
They all backline is centre backs.
Yes, now that's the thing. They don't need to attack. They just sit back. The rest of you go and do it. But I think Arteta's problem is the fact that he don't know where to play Eze. That's his biggest problem. That midfield should be Mendy, Rice and Eze. Plak.
So then where does Odegaard go?
Buddy, bench him because he's not good enough. That's just my opinion. Eze is better than him. But isn't he injured?
Yeah, now that he's injured also, now we can show it also.
Who's injured, sorry?
Odegaard.
Oh, okay.
But then again, Martinelli, I think the only weakness they have is on attack on the left-hand side. But now they've got Trossard and Martinelli interchanging sometimes the one the other. They always pop up with a goal, man. Frustrating. But obviously on the right-hand side, Saka. But watch out, when Havertz comes back from injury, Gyökeres is fucking bank. I don't think Arteta is such a big fan.
Arteta was a Tesco fan, not a Gyökeres fan.
Because he wanted him. He wanted Tesco.
So at the moment, as a United fan, I'm happy that we got Sesko. And I'm trying to think of a reason besides Amarum being a former coach of Gyökeres. What he brings, I understand that he scored a lot of goals there, but what physical football traits does he have that makes him a good striker in the English game today?
He's just physical, that's all.
But is he truly physical? Is he physical against Premier League defenders?
He's a monster. He's a monster.
So, okay. So then...
The problem...
Yeah?
The problem that we're getting now is he would have suited the United way, the Amarum way of play, better. Remember, Arteta likes a striker to come deep, get involved in the play, lay it off, like Havertz. This guy runs in behind, he makes the runs. He pulls the defense with him. He's quite physical, he's strong, both feet. Only thing for me with him is the ball bounces off his shins a lot, man. He's not pretty in the sense of control and that. He's very robust.
Okay.
So that I think is the reason why Arteta would play Havertz, because he's got the silky touch. He can bring it down, keep it up. Gyökeres can do it, but
that's not his game.
That's not his game, yeah. And his first touch isn't the greatest. So he knows where the back of the net is.
So out out of 5 times, it's gonna stick. Maybe 2.5, 3 times in a game. The rest of it is gonna make that he looks untidy. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Whereas Mbuemo, sorry, I'm just saying, Mbuemo, the thing sticks every time. It's so beautiful. Anyways, we're not there yet. Gents, you can just decide on what other games we're gonna discuss.
I think City Everton, another Haaland masterclass, 2-0 City.
Can I ask this question not because I'm gonna ask it not because I agree with it, but because I have to ask it. Can we say how many seasons has he been here now? 2.
His third one.
Yeah.
Third one.
So he's been for 2 full seasons. How long does he need to maintain this for him to be in the chat for the greatest
Striker.
Premier League has ever seen? Is that the question?
So how long must he put
I
up
don't think
season?
he'll become the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen.
You become the top goal scorer, yeah.
He can become the top goal scorer, yeah. But I don't think greatest.
What do you see that this is going to stop prematurely, or is it that you think it's going to fade off?
Buddy, this guy's he's 25 now. How many goals does he have in the Premier League? Has he hit 100 already? Almost.
Yeah, I think he almost hit 100, yeah.
Remember the record is 260. The record is 260.
He's probably now in what?
Check it quickly, Heine.
Too busy.
Because City's team isn't going to get worse.
Yeah, and the thing is this. Remember his first season. How many goals was it? 40? He broke the record.
Yeah.
And his second season, his off season, he scored 25. So that's a bad season for him. And he's already standing, he's top goal scorer, eh?
Yeah. Yes. 8 or 9.
I mean, how do you spell Haaland? How do you spell him?
It's
Haaland.
double A L-A-N-D.
Because that was giving low numbers now, we see.
Premier League goals.
Yeah, this thing accept all.
But he's already got over 100 for City.
Okay, so he scored 11 and assisted in 1.
That's this season.
That's this season. Norway, 100 and more than 100 goals.
We just want to know Premier League. Buddy.
Sorry, Premier League 96.
Oh.
So he's not even halfway through his third season. He's already standing on 96. If you work it out from now, say he scored this season 30 goals. That means he's going to be on. He's got 11, you said, eh?
He's got
Like
11.
what, on 11 already. So that's 19 more. It's about 120 almost after 3 seasons. Another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you'll get there easily.
You'll get there.
But my question, so that's what he'll have to do to get there. Do you see him getting there? I'm simply asking, can he, with his body type or the type of injuries that he's going to, I'm not talking about the big injuries, I'm not talking about hamstring ligaments, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about just run-of-the-mill injuries to a player, like fatigue of a muscle and stuff like that. Does he maintain and get to it?
Me? I think he can, but remember this, eh? Only way he doesn't break that record, my opinion, is if he leaves. The guy signed a 10-year contract.
Sure, I forgot
Surely
about
he
that.
doesn't have plans to leave. City's only going to get better. They're not going to fall off the cliff. The dude knows how to score goals. Have you seen what he's done this season? He's transformed his game. He's not just hanging around in front there and doing tap-ins. He's falling deep. He's getting involved in the play. So he's already evolving as a nine. And it's not like he hasn't done it before. This is the Haaland that they bought from Dortmund.
Yeah.
Pep changed him for 2 seasons. I just want you to be there, be the last guy, put it over the line. Now he's getting more involved. The reason for that,
The brain is gone.
the brain is gone. So,
They don't have the player
and
who
who's
can.
the other guy that also assisted him a lot? It was the Brainer, and who's the other one?
No.
Grealish.
Yeah,
He also gave him
Mahrez.
some. Nah, not so much Maris.
Why
But-
was there the first season?
Yes, but what I'm
No,
saying
no.
is the main guys that really assisted him was Grealish and the Brainer, so they gone. So he's now changing his play.
Mm.
But dude is still scoring. It's scary, bro. The man's standing on 11 goals in 8 games.
Yeah.
And I think he's got 19 for the season so far, club and country.
He scored 5 in the other day for Norway.
Mm.
So say for instance, he have 2 seasons where he goes to over 30. Say this year and following season. He goes 30 this season and next season he goes 35. That's 65 goals. Boof. On top of that 90 something that he's already got. Then the numbers start looking quite gettable. But and the other thing is he doesn't get injured that much, man.
Mm.
Which is a good thing for him.
Mm.
He would miss here or there, but he's never had a major injury. But now this is what makes Shearer's record so brilliant. Shearer was out half a season.
Half a season at a time.
Half a season the following year, and still the guy did what he did.
Mm.
And he played against better defenders. So
I was just about to ask that question. Well, okay, you said it. You said it.
yeah.
I happen to agree with you, but you said it. Uncle Jacques, anything you want to add to that situation of Man City or better defenders now or then or
No, just you look at, as Tammy said also now, you look at his main support system was the Brainer, but the guy's still scoring goals. So obviously he's developed his game a bit,
mm,
and that does make him scary. It does make him scary because you would think, with the way I think the way they started also the season, like it wasn't wonderful, but they're grinding out, they're
results?
grinding out results.
Mm.
They're grinding it out,
Different.
Yeah, it's a different city. Yeah.
and they're still trying to figure out who does what. To be honest, and yeah, it's they could get better. I think they might even surpass Arsenal this season because Arsenal will mess up somewhere along the way, even if they got a more balanced and complete squad that they have. It's just something that happens with Arsenal that just happens every season.
My friend.
I just think it's gonna I just think that they're going to somewhere along the way. They're gonna fold 2 or 3 games and then come back again. But it's been something that I've seen every season, regardless of who they have and what players. I mean, they've were on the best run, and then they just messed up 3-4 games.
Before you
soccer.
continue, Jock, you mentioned something now that creeped up here by me. You know what the difference is? People pissed off Pep. Beginning of the season when they asked everybody, no one had City favourites for the title. It was just Liverpool and Arsenal. Pep, quiet.
That's what I was about. I was about to say that. I've never seen Pep this quiet. I've never seen Pep this quiet. Just today.
He came back in this game for 5 minutes and he changed the whole game already.
Cherky must come back. Rodri isn't. If he gets Rodri just fit. Okay, Rodri's never going to be Rodri of 2 years ago due to that injury that they had. But even just a normal fit Rodri, he's still better than anybody else as a CDM in the country. That's how good the guy is, by controlling the game.
And he doesn't have his
and then January, yeah, so Pep is going about his business quietly. You do the talk. City's above Liverpool, guys.
Yeah, they second.
One slip. This is what's good. Who would you rather have win the league?
City.
Liverpool?
No, don't
Arsenal,
ask me that. Don't ask me
City.
that. No.
Exactly.
That's easy.
I'd rather have them win. I don't like Arsenal, and I do not want Liverpool to run away.
I can do Arsenal.
No ways.
I cannot give the title to Arsenal.
I
It's like they're
I
winning.
like Arsenal too much.
I can't deal with Arsenal winning Champions League, number one.
Now they won't.
I can't
No way.
have Liverpool win another title. So based on that, I would rather have guys, hear me out quickly, man. And they just to FYI quickly, they set the date for the charges to be the judgment on the charges to be done. Guys, I like you hate clubs. I hate City for the fact that they had the audacity to come to this league and try and buy the league. Nah, me bro. I don't.
Now, this is why I'm saying, rather give them the league then.
No.
Because we're all gonna laugh about it. 115 charges, stuff you. They're gonna get stripped. They're gonna get relegated. They're gonna go back to where they belong. The noisy neighbors back in Division 3. All good and well.
I so
Even
hope
if
that happens.
20 of that charges stick, they should be relegated.
That's not gonna happen.
I know most of their charges is going to be overturned. They've got money. The Premier League just need to get 20 of that charges to stick. And all of us is going to forget about City in the next couple of years. I promise you. You can be how rich. Try to get out from division, from League 2 to League 1 to the Championship. It is tough, buddy. That players is going to leave. Imagine you see Haaland playing in the Championship. It's never going to do it. So, if it's down to me, I'll choose City to win it. I don't want Arsenal to win it. And surely I don't want Liverpool to win it. But that's just me.
I'll take Arsenal, even though they're horrible winners. And I'm not even talking about I'm talking about the fans. I'll take Arsenal.
Guys,
Guys,
listen here.
Before.
Listen here quickly.
Yes.
Listen here. I would let Bournemouth win this season, take the season, honestly. Then Liverpool or an Arsenal. If City must go.
Going to find a way.
Bournemouth, no way. Next week they're down again. They already drew.
Yeah, they're in the Champions League spots now, no? They're fourth. Yeah, I think that is the... If you want to speak about the Palace game, 3-3 draw against Bournemouth, Mateta hat-trick. And then obviously the Tottenham Villa game, Spurs lost at home again.
Sure.
And currently Brentford is leading West Ham 1-0.
Where's West Ham on the league? In the league?
Down by the riverside.
Are they still 20th?
They're at the bottom.
The Wolves at the bottom still.
What did I tell you? Wolves and West Ham could get relegated this season.
Didn't West Ham win the last game now?
Sorry, I didn't hear anyone. What?
Didn't West Ham win their last game now? Before the international break?
I really don't know.
I think they
Didn't they
did.
draw?
I
No,
think
They drew,
won,
man.
they
Oh, they
lost.
won.
Wasn't it against Arsenal?
Yeah,
No.
Arsenal beat them.
Arsenal beat them before the international break.
Yes, Arsenal beat
That was
them.
Nuno's
2-0.
first game.
True.
No, man.
Yes. Don't. Only thing that you must do if you don't want to believe us, go to Google.
I think, yeah.
I've got the fixtures in front of me, Jock.
I know. It's not about fixtures. I'm trying to think they won a game already this season.
Arsenal beat West Ham 2-0. 4th of
Surprise
October.
win. Surprise win for the weekend for me was Burnley beating Leeds.
Why is it a
Why is it a
surprise?
Why is a surprise?
Because Leeds has been I don't know, it's been on another level coming up.
What
And
level?
Burnley has not been doing very well.
Leeds do not travel well, my friend. Leeds will be hard to beat at Ellen Road, but away from home, they're gonna lose a lot of games. And Burnley is actually quite good at home.
Mm.
I think Burnley beat them last season in the championship as well. The home fixture, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just a reversal at Ellen Road.
You know, the surprise game is actually Brighton and Newcastle. Brighton beat Newcastle 2-1.
And Voldemort scored again.
Voldemort. Yeah, we're playing Brighton next, so they're coming from a win.
Okay.
And they are United Bogey team. The
Bogey
past few
team.
seasons.
Bogey team. Oh, didn't they beat us like in Ten Hag's first season, like 4-0? The first game or the second game?
That was Brentford.
That was Brentford.
Brentford.
And then he started running with the boys.
But Brighton won both games, both league games.
But Brighton did the double on us for the past 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
Pascal Gross.
He's not here.
I'm so happy he's gone. But now they've got someone else there who's doing the damage.
Baleba.
Yeah. Okay,
And-
at least that's gonna be.
And it's guaranteed that Welbeck scores against us. Always.
Can you listen here, Sunny? Me and you need to have words, brother. I feel like you need to stop saying these nonsense things because every time you say it, then the bloody thing comes through. I was upset with you yesterday. You literally said it. Jock, check the post I posted. I posted
I
it on
saw the
Insta.
post
He literally just said it.
seconds before.
Gakpo,
Seconds
it's
before.
funny. Gakpo didn't score yet. He always scores against United. Bah! I'm like, yeah, Zani, if you were above the age of 18, I would have smacked you, man, but like a backhand, so bah! Just I can't. Just say you yelling, man.
That's the step.
But even this stat we spoke about now of Welbeck.
Exactly. Now he's.
When was it Arsenal? He scored against us. The last 2 seasons
He scored both
against
games.
I would actually take Danny Welbeck in January as a backup. I'll take him back at United.
Yeah, Cisco can learn some things there.
You know what,
Yeah.
man? I don't have an issue with Welbeck, no? But he's got sexy legs, man. He's got sexy legs. Like his running style, it just looks.
Well, your head will run looking like that as well. Konate looks like that.
It's just
Unorthodox.
Yes, you must put it
unorthodox.
Just,
Where were you, Jacques? Oh, unorthodox. Who was unorthodox in the game?
Konate.
When he picked the ball up.
The guy's got 3 left legs.
Help. Unorthodox. Wait. Okay. Guys, we need to get to the game of the week. We are all quite hopeful, jolly, because the final score: Liverpool 1, Man United 2.
At Anfield.
At Anfield, 2 games in a row where United has won for the first time under Amaram.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's bad. That's so bad.
hopefully, hopefully United Strand um, gets to cut his hair because it's summer now. It's winter. Oh, it's winter. There he needs the hair. So
Ah, but he lives in Spain, apparently. And he says it's so hot there.
okay, shame. That was the game. Uncle Jacques, did you manage to get highlights or watch the game? Did you?
No, I definitely watched the game.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we watched the game as evident by the stream, and yeah, we barely got seated and properly orientated, and we led the game 1-0. Jacques, I'm gonna ask you first and foremost because everyone saw our reactions. Um, being an Amarum in fella, still believing in him.
Believing in the sense of having faith of him still,
Okay,
of
okay.
changing.
Okay. What was your sentiments on the game plan, the execution of the game plan, and the? Let's start at the beginning. Let's look at the starting lineup. We had Lommans. We had
Maguire,
Maguire,
De Ligt,
Delit, and Shaw. We had
Salah
Ahmad,
and Ahmad.
Casemiro,
Casemiro,
Bruno,
Fernandez, and
Hello.
I'm not gonna say that Bushman's name. Dallo. Okay, I'm gonna say it. And then up front, Mount, Mbwems, and Cunha. What were your sentiments at that point about the game?
Uh, I kind of figured that, you're looking at Konate and Van Dijk, both what, 6'4", 6'5" centre backs. I think the tactics that we used against Sunderland would not work because I think those guys are just too good in the air. So I kind of understood what he was gonna do, but then he still played a long ball game. And what I realized is that he was playing for that second ball, the
Yeah.
loose ball. I thought, as I saw the game, I saw that they were winning a lot of second balls, balls coming off the defenders, and I understood what his game plan was and utilized that. Um, but yeah, it's also a lot of quick breaks that he was trying to spread the ball quickly wide, for Bemo and Ahmad and even Mount at times, but I think Mount was more central than he was wide. So I think
Jock,
he was making it
before you
extra.
continue, Jock, just on that second ball, you've
Mm,
mentioned it now as well. Mount was more central. You
yeah,
notice if it was Mbuemo going up against them, Mount will fall in that pocket just between that
The
defender
midfield.
heading back and McAllister.
Yeah.
And I think
yeah,
that was also a tactic of him which they executed well.
mm,
McAllister as a deep lying six was a mistake from Slot. But
Slot.
okay, we're not about him, but that point there made sense because Mount was always the one picking up the ball there, or Cunha, depending
yeah,
on who's in the middle at the time.
yeah,
But no, that was a good point towards Amram,
yeah.
tactic wise.
So he obviously played a different tactic. I think he even played slightly a different formation.
Do you
Um,
think it was a three in midfield?
It was.
Mount
It
was in
played
midfield
like it.
actually.
yeah,
It played like
He
it.
played with two up top.
I think he played to me. It seemed almost like it seemed
Without the
almost like a
ball,
four three
much
three
was
that he was
dropping.
playing at stages.
3-5-2.
Three
No, I think
five
he was
two.
playing. I think he was playing like a what is this? Because it was either the
Someone
low
was
that
dropping.
the low was hanging back or Ahmad was hanging back at certain stages. So it's almost like he played a 4-3-3 system at times. If you look at how the game was progressing,
When they
and
don't
then
have the
once he
ball.
went in defensive mode, he pulled both wing backs back into a
I
five
can
two
tell you,
three.
without the ball, we had five across the back.
Five.
Yeah,
That was
It was
evident.
it was actually 5-4-1, and we were playing in the
And we
defensive mode.
and you know what, ne? It's weird, but we actually asked him to go down the wing. So we weren't five right across the field. We were five quite narrow. So we asked them to go around. We half said go there, but you're not going to play through us in the middle. And that was the important thing that Amarom didn't want. He didn't want players like McAllister to drop in and manage to get through. Did our shape lose its way and then have that amazing ball? Who crossed that ball over to the left hand side? To
It was Cunha, I think.
no man for Liverpool. The Gatpo's first one, his first shot. Who passed that long ball to him?
I think it was a Bosley.
Like that one dynamic pass. I think that is what he tried to curb with having that five at the back and narrow.
Something into Chiesa or something like
The
that.
whole tactic was not just to cut out the passing lanes. Because you
Yes.
didn't see us press at all.
Yeah,
We didn't press. We just sat back,
you just sat back.
cut out the passing lanes. You can pass in front of us, not through us.
First half it worked. Second half,
We lost concentration.
they started playing through the lines and then we were vulnerable.
Yeah.
But
Because I think we didn't press completely as we normally would in a game. I think we pressed at the times I think they needed to, but not the way they should. They were actually inviting Liverpool to come and tackle them at most times.
that is a dangerous game to play
It
against
is a
them.
very dangerous game to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, if you look at it overall, okay, they hit the post and that's going to happen. It's Anfield. We rode our luck a few times. We also hit the post. We had some chances we could also put in away. I don't think this was a lucky smash and grab victory. We actually deserved to win.
Yeah. That's why
It's not that
Liverpool.
we were the better team.
We
played
got the
better
results.
football. We weren't, but we didn't deserve to lose that game because they never had us on the ropes, man. Like previous seasons where they would have 80% of the ball and we just sitting and heading
But-
balls away.
Think about it also. They only had their first shot on target, I think, around about the 70 or 80th minute in the second half. Liverpool had one shot on target.
Gakpo shot. I mean, no, Isaac shot.
Not Isaac. Yeah, that was first half. I'm talking about second half. It was around about the 70th, 80th minute when they had the actual first shot on target.
No, but then it can't be right
Yeah, 'cause
because in the
Isak had the
first
shot.
half, Isak had a shot on target.
That
which
Lament saved.
Schmeichel saved with his foot.
Michael feet. Michael De Gea. The guy
Yeah,
who
I
likes his feet. The guy who loves his feet. You know that.
Nah,
It's
that
a
light
it's a half breed of each.
Nah, that light is brilliant.
He's composed. I
can't
love his
believe-
composure, man. He's flipping composed.
With both feet.
Both
And
feet.
he put it on you.
Yeah.
And he,
By the
and
way,
he-
well,
hey guys, let's not forget this unique talent that normal keepers are supposed to have. But at United, we have, for the past couple of years, we haven't had a goalkeeper to catch a ball.
Yeah. And he caught a few and he can punch a few.
No, tell me, anyone can punch a ball, but punch
also
it.
Nana.
No, not
Hear me
Bayern
out.
Beer and not Onana can
Hear me,
punch balls.
hear me out. Hear
We
me
know
out.
that already.
They can punch a ball, whether it's a good punch or a bad punch. Anyone, they have punched balls before. Yes, no? But they have never caught a ball. Never. Not one of them have actually taken their two hands and caught the ball.
Nah. Nah, he
And-
looks
There
complete.
was one catch where he was like, his back was towards the.
Because it was quite windy there.
Yes,
Yeah, he caught
it took the ball around here. But guys, but now that confidence in the guy behind you, it breeds throughout the team. It
And the
It
back
makes,
line.
it makes
And the
Maguire look
background.
even better.
it makes even someone like Maguire. Yeah, Maguire. I mean, he's not the paciest guy, but now you at least know that someone behind you, if he's able to go out, he's also not afraid to go out. He's also aware enough to know that he must maybe stay on his line when there's other defenders that can intercede and then make a good save. He makes a good save and he goes out at times, which for me as a United supporter, it's amazing that we have someone like that now, guys.
And everyone was saying like this guy, who is he? But I've really watched a lot of his highlights because I wanted to understand what kind of keeper he is. And what I saw is I saw parts of the Gaya in his shot stopping, and I saw a lot of what Schmeichel used to be is to control that box, to control the ball in that 6-yard box. And I mean what surprises me the most is guys saved a lot of penalties. Penalties.
Yeah, a lot.
He has the best record for penalty saves in the entire Europe League.
He's even scored goals, you know that? He scored a goal.
Yeah, but the thing is, my thing is that can be again. I'm not saying every penalty is going to be saved by him. I'm just saying that he has a good. He's got a knack of going down late, but has the agility to get to that ball. He goes late, but he gets that agility to still get to that ball, which is amazing. Honestly, you would think a big guy like get around is not agile enough. He's agile
He's
enough.
good on his feet. He's got good feet.
I feel we are okay. We can be happy we've beaten Liverpool first time in 9 years at Anfield in the league.
Yeah.
Well done. But Jock, there's still too many negatives.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of
This is
players
a
that I
good
think shouldn't be there anymore.
Number
That
one.
he's still there.
Your compadre, Diogo Dalot. The
I
guy needs to go.
I feel like the only reason why he was playing because of the long throw. The only reason why.
Well, Jordan can show he can also throw the ball long.
Nah,
Only
not as
one
long. Not as long as not as long as Dallo. Not as long as
Dalot
him.
is reliability.
You know where you
On the field, he does nothing.
Shark?
I didn't say
There
At
was
least he held Salah, but
no, he didn't. It was sure.
No, man.
No, he didn't. Dallo, there was a point now where the ball comes over.
Don't come and talk shit with me, man.
Where where Ahmed was it Ahmed or Mbuemo where he crosses the ball and Dallo
Switch the ball. Cunha switch the ball.
and Dallo standing there like a deer in headlights, and I'm like, bruh, the ball's coming to you. And the touch was just, I was like, he could have taken a bad touch, controlled the ball, and still have time before someone was on him. But the touch just went, no man, guys, you know, one of the
That's the
things,
scary part. He's part of the leadership group in the squad. So if one of the leaders in the squad, the manager selected Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot, that's the three, the leadership. There's no Dalot. I'm telling you,
I think deserves to be
how
captain.
can this dude be considered a leader when he shows nothing on the pitch? The only thing he does is when someone else makes a last-ditch tackle or clear the ball out, he's the first guy with the fist pump.
no, but you know why?
He's a cheerleader.
He's the hype man.
He's
No,
the hype man.
but can I tell you,
And the weakest link.
oh yes, the weakest link. He was definitely the weakest. But you guys, something just clicked to me. Do you know why he's the first person to be rucking one another on the t-shirt? I just clocked it now. Because he's always out of position.
Yeah.
After the thing rucked, then he's most now running from where he is, and now he must see how the thing rucked, so he will be the first one to run to the person and grab them for the balls.
He's the one that was beaten, and then
Yes.
Yoda or whoever come and helps him out, and then he's there. Yeah.
Yeah. First, I say, thank you for saving my rear
They won
end.
on the backcourt because of him. Every header they won.
And you know what? The guy's been here since Jose.
Yo, as well.
Yeah, guys,
Listen
but
here, he was one of the better defenders, 2-3 years ago. But
Oh,
He had one good season
My
and he's
friend-
been here for almost maybe 8 years.
didn't he
we
go
can-
on loan as well?
live in
He
the
went on loan,
past.
yeah. He was at AC.
He went and go won the Scudetto. He won the league in Italy. And he came back and he was shit again. You know, and then again, give props. You know I'm not a huge fan, but you could see yesterday what Luke Shaw brings when he's fully fit and he is focused.
If you tell him to do a job, he'll do it.
You could see in the second half, was the right choice to take him off because he got tired.
Tired,
You
yeah.
could see he was
yeah,
dead. But Shaw had a good game. Maguire's got the best head in the Premier League, that I can tell you.
Orbal. Orbal.
Yo, God, you know Orbal.
Orbal. Yo.
You were supposed to be there yesterday for Orbal, my friend. No,
Orbal.
Orbal is the
Sure.
look, brilliant as always.
No, one time.
I think the luck actually covered 2 people at times.
He's a monster.
Yeah,
Only criticism of him. Okay, he's not that slow, man. But he looks awkward when he turns, when he needs to turn around. I would say if he would just read the game a bit more, that he don't find himself in the position where he needs to turn and go the other way. Do you see how Van Dijk defended when he was in his prime? Everything happens in front of him.
Yeah.
If the look does that, you can become world class. But now,
How old is he?
He's 25.
25, yeah.
not even in his prime, buddy.
Tell me. That guy, he's in the right league. I feel like he
No, definitely.
Perfect timing.
That's what I'm saying.
perfect
but
timing,
now
right
you
league
get
to get that. I feel like these players must actually go and speak to certain people.
Rio.
Yeah, man.
No. Don't
No,
do it.
no, I mean, not speak. Hear me out.
Go to Yatstam, your countryman.
Go to someone. Ask them, what do I need to train to get this big frame of mind going in the other direction as well, man? Because that's part of football for me.
But one thing about the luck, he was almost the reason why we lost that game. That head of Gakpo, he was on the ground.
He was on the
watching.
ground.
He was on the ground.
He was on the
I don't know
ground.
how that-
But then once again, that was Dallo's back post. Dallo got shifted to the right side when Ahmad went off.
Gakpo was his man, yeah.
Gakpo was his man. He lost his man. So, you get what I'm saying. And then, props to Bruno. First half, brilliant. But I think Bruno got tired second half because they were chasing the ball the whole time.
He
They
was
had two
doing
men
most of
in
the
that
running.
field.
The
He was
second,
running.
the second
He played
balls,
2
he
games for Portugal as well.
he
I
won.
think it was basically just he's tired. He's done.
Yeah, he won a lot of that second balls. That second balls that we were wanting to win, he was winning a lot of them. Yeah. Also, I'm going to give props. The obvious one is Mbuemo because he scored the goal. I'm not necessarily going to speak about that, but a guy that I feel like is getting flack for doing what we brought him in to do. However, the previous team he played for, he was also the guy getting on the end of the goal. But Cunha came, and I feel like Cunha is doing exactly what we got him for. In our
Guy is
team,
a monster.
he's never going to be the goal scorer.
It's about the ball gainer.
He's going to be the one to
Get
one
the ball the whole forward line.
get the ball
run.
and run. Number 2 is also going to be the one to protect the ball when we're trying to the dark arts yesterday. Where I was shouting, Lommans go down, lay down. he's going to be the one. I mean, there was one where he turned around two players and he won the foul. That sort of play is what
He
we.
did a boner. He did a
He
boner.
did it a boner. Yes, he did it. But what I'm trying to say is, he's
The
doing
Maverick.
he's doing what we are asking him to do, and I feel like when he starts scoring, that is now the cherry on top of what we brought him in to do.
No, he's gonna settle. He just needs a goal. He just needs a goal. But yesterday, he's actually my man of the match.
Yeah, he's the man of the match. Yeah.
Mm.
Who was the three players that he was playing around with there?
It was Frimpong, Wirtz, Frimpong and Wirtz. Yeah.
Yo,
You
You
put
could
Wirtz,
see
you
the
put
guy's
Frimpong on his
Brazilian.
bum and then
you could see. Now you put him and Joe Linton next to each other. Joe Linton.
Yeah,
I think Joe Linton has got a Portuguese passport, Jock. You must just check out there by the embassy for us. But Cunha is definitely Brazilian. Yo, the guys, yo.
No,
And he's strong, man.
he had a good game. He had a good game.
He takes it down on his chest. He protects it from two players.
then wins a foul.
Gets the ball. You know where? It was on our box. He got it.
Yeah.
Beat two guys. Liverpool's pressing for the equalizer.
Mm.
And he just wins the foul and he takes the sting out of the game. Clever. Other player would have hoofed that ball
Yeah.
Mm.
and then we lose possession.
Then we have to go
No.
back from the start again.
He first, make sure I've got it. Now you kick me and I'm going down. Plain and simple.
I hear you.
Nah, Cunha brilliant.
Cunha,
I
good game.
actually gave him a 9 out of 10 performance yesterday. The only thing that I got crossed was the shot he took when I had to lay it off. But okay, it was Dallo next to him. He was also going to flip and miss it. Yeah. None of them saw it. It was fine.
Yo, it was cool. Man.
No, we didn't see anything. Okay. Anything else we want to Amram, did he get it right?
He did.
Yesterday, you have to give him props. He's the first manager since Van Gaal to go to Anfield and win.
And win there.
Is it really?
Yeah. Jose
Yeah.
hasn't.
Van Gaal
9 years.
Jose hasn't.
9
Van
years.
Gaal at Anfield in the
I
league.
think it was Van Gaal's first season.
Yes, it was. Rashford scored. No, Mata.
No.
Mata, yeah. Mata.
It was Mata.
That scissor kick that he scored. It was Mata, yeah.
No, man. It was someone. It was someone
It's
else.
Mata.
That wasn't.
Net was still red that day.
It was Mata, buddy.
The
The
net
guy
was red.
scored twice. He scored that bicycle.
I think that
That's
was the
the-
year before. I think that
No,
was the year before.
was Moyes. The
No.
year before was Moyes.
In Van Gaal's, he had 2 seasons. Ne?
Yeah.
I think the Mata is Van Gaal's first season. I'm not
Yes.
sure who it was. The second season Van Gaal won it.
But
No,
we didn't beat
We haven't
them.
won in 9 years.
I think it was Van Gaal's first season that we won them. That we beat them there.
Or could it be the second? I think it's the second season, man.
Second season, yeah. Fergie finished up 12, 13.
2013.
Yeah, Van Gaal came in 15, 16. Someone
No.
took over from Moyes.
No. Because the next season after that, it's Mourinho.
13, 14.
13, 14,
14, 15 Van Gaal came in. No?
14, 15, yeah.
Yes.
And then 16, 17.
It was his first season.
Was Mourinho.
It was Van Gaal's first season, yeah. He's the last manager.
Mm.
But who was a... Wait, I think it was Mata and Rooney who scored in that game. Because Rooney scored a late winner. I think it was him. That was the last time he won.
Yeah.
Mata and Rooney scored.
Now just look at that. So for that, you need to give him.
Hmm.
I think he got away with it with his team selection for how the game panned out. Obviously, getting the goal early helped us. It put them on the back. Remember,
They
Liverpool.
changed the whole game after that.
Liverpool was in disarray before the game even. 3 losses in a row for them. This is like never happens. And now they concede at home, second minute. So, and the fact that I think Slot also said it. He thought Sesko was gonna play.
He really thought Sesko was in the play. He said it in his post
And
match.
he
Yeah.
caught him off guard with that mount. So it was an interchangeable 3 in front, you can say it. Because one is now through the middle, then the other one is deep. And that it pulled Van Dijk in areas where you don't want to go to.
Well, he blocks on his own player.
Look at the goal. Van Dijk never goes so far up to win a ball there. He goes through his own player. They foul him, Buemo. He gets up. He runs. Van Dijk didn't even see Buemo coming off his shoulder. He was looking for Cunha. He saw Cunha, but he didn't see his. Hoe call it? Your blinde call.
You're blind eye.
Yeah. Your blind spot. Hy daar gefail observations.
Observations. Hy kry nie sy license nie.
No license for him. He really didn't know Buemo was there.
Didn't.
He was shocked because he still played him on as well. That's the best part. No, so for that, Amran needs, but I think he needs to either now decide. You know what I will rate him for? Say the next game, he starts the exact same team. Go with it. This is most not what you want to do. Don't chop and change everything.
No, I don't
No.
think. I think he'll play Sesko.
We'll play Sesko.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is every game, we as the fans, him as the manager don't even know who he's going to start on the day. He's not started the same team in the Premier
Same
League in
11.
consecutive games since he's been here.
It's always one centre back or a wing back.
He needs to get a settled 11 and progress from there because Brighton's totally different to Liverpool. Brighton's got energy. You're not going to play with that back 3 against Brighton. So there again, Yoro's coming back in, someone's dropping out.
Thank you very much, guys, for joining us on our chat. It's an abrupt end, but it's due to technical difficulties. I hope that you join us for our future watch along. We will be posting our times that we will be broadcasting the games that we'll be doing watch alongs for. As we are United supporters at the moment, we will predominantly do United games and then also do a few of the other EPL games, World Cup games when that comes along, and any other games like El Clasico, maybe if our time schedule allows for it. So join us and see you again on the watch along.